his re-election campaign in Houston last night. The new plan he's already working on. Plus, could it be the end of the government shutdown? Well, we know about Sunday night's vote to end the stalemate in Washington as the impacts ripple throughout the country. And a controversial proposal from the Trump administration already facing backlash as experts react with skepticism over the possible introduction of 50-year mortgages. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark is off this week. The time right now, 7:01. So let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Taking a live look from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network at downtown Beaumont. Jeff, it is cold this morning.
Yeah, it is. Look at these numbers. We're back into the 30s with all exception of Port Arthur at 41. Everybody else looking at a lot of middle 30s, from 34 in Jasper to 35 in Beaumont. Kirbyville's at 35, Orange at 36, Woodville's at 37, and Silsbee's about 38. You factor in the winds, it feels like the lower 30s out there, maybe even a few upper 20s. So make sure you bundle up. If the little ones have to wait at the bus stop for this morning, make sure they have on a coat, maybe a hat as well. Here's a view from Pack of the Prairie, and then we'll switch over to our view from right here at our 12 News studio. As we look, and you can see clear skies out there this morning. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And even though we'll see plenty of sun, still remains fairly cool today. We'll see highs only in the upper 50s, 58, 59, and we'll have north winds anywhere between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Expecting to see some of the coldest air we've seen so far this season tonight, and then we'll see a warm up as we head towards the weekend. We'll have your complete 7-day forecast coming up in weather.
All right, now to the government shutdown developing this morning. The Senate voted to break the shutdown stalemate last night, paving the way for the federal government to reopen possibly later this week. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with those details. Derek.
Tia, last night's 60-40 vote is the first step toward ending the shutdown. It's been just hours since enough Democrats agreed to support a package that would fund several agencies and programs for the full fiscal year through January 31st. The breakthrough came 40 days into the shutdown as the consequences were quickly becoming more dire, from confusion over the disbursement of SNAP benefits to the cancellation of thousands of flights at major airports. The vote will pave the way for a legislative package that would fund the Department of Agriculture, the FDA, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and military construction projects. Leaders on both sides of the aisle say the vote is crucial to keeping health insurance costs low.
We took a big step forward to protect the health care of tens of millions of Americans in exchange for funding through January 31st. This agreement will give Democrats control of the Senate floor for a vote on one of our top legislative priorities, extending the Affordable Care Act premium tax credits.
A final vote is expected in the Senate sometime this week. If it passes, it must then be approved by the House before it can head to President Trump's desk. The move will reverse the mass firings of federal workers and fund the government through the end of January. Senate Majority Leader John Thune also promised Senate Democrats that a vote will take place next month to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. Those are due to expire at the end of this year. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Millions are still waiting for their November SNAP benefits as the government shutdown continues, but many families relying on WIC are still getting their November assistance. Megan Brack verifies why WIC funding continues and SNAP doesn't.
WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children, and like SNAP, it's a supplemental nutritional program. So where is that money coming from, and how do they still continue to get benefits? Let's verify. Our sources, the National WIC Association and the USDA. According to the National WIC Association, the program is under the USDA and helps income-eligible women who are pregnant or postpartum and children up to age 5. In North Carolina, 262,000 people receive benefits from WIC. In South Carolina, that number is around 100,000. So why can families on WIC still receive their November benefits? WIC is available because the USDA transferred $450 million from Section 32 considered tariff revenue. In a court filing Monday, USDA Deputy Secretary Patrick Penn said while it has drawn revenue to fund WIC, it will not draw for the $4 billion required to fully fund November SNAP benefits, as that is a much larger amount. The National WIC Association says while this is a critical step in maintaining WIC services, it's only a temporary fix. They say without a finalized federal appropriation, WIC clinics and families are left in limbo. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Governor Greg Abbott is officially launching his re-election campaign. The announcement was made last night in Houston. Abbott has served as governor since 2015, and if his re-election bid is successful, he'll become the longest serving governor in Texas history. He's already laying out a new property tax plan that he says would curb rising appraisals and give homeowners more control.
It's time that we drive a stake through the heart of the ability of local property tax hikes in the future.
Governor Abbott also talked about his achievements in state education, public safety, and more. Now to an update on the dam in Polk County that was compromised over the weekend, leading to evacuations. Emergency management there says crews have been monitoring pumps overnight as water levels continue to be brought down below an 8-inch hole that formed in the dam. This has been an issue since at least Saturday on Carter Lake, a private 50-acre lake in the Camden area. Our sister station in Houston spoke to neighbors who left their homes due to the fear of flooding.
Everything I own is right here. So this is gone, it's gone. And I'm about to start all over again. And at 66 years old, that's a little hard thing to do.
What's your biggest concern right now?
What's going on, how long it's going to take, and who's going to be responsible. I mean, it's putting everybody inconveniencing everybody.
The county says it could take up to 3 days to know the extent of the damage and get clearance from an engineer that the dam is stable. Across the nation, the death toll in the UPS plane crash in Louisville, Kentucky, now up to 14. And investigators are revealing what happened in the final moments inside the cockpit before the plane went down. The NTSB confirms the plane's left engine caught fire and detached during takeoff.
37 seconds after the crew called for takeoff thrust, a repeating bell was heard until the end of the recording 25 seconds later. The crew engaged in efforts to attempt to control the aircraft before the crash.
Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the engine to catch fire. In Tampa, 4 people are dead and 17 others are hurt after a tragic crash over the weekend. 22-year-old Siler Sampson was speeding when he crashed into Bradley's bar, hitting several people outside. Helicopter footage before the incident shows officers trying to stop him using a pit maneuver. Police say they plan to charge him with vehicular homicide, among other felony charges. Now to the housing market and a controversial plan to lower costs for first-time home buyers. A new proposal to allow 50-year mortgages is being met with skepticism. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio explains.
This morning, new backlash as the Trump administration moves forward with a plan to introduce 50-year mortgages.
It looks to be like the president's looking for a quick fix to a market that is fundamentally broken right now.
Over the weekend, Trump sharing this image comparing the proposal to the 30-year mortgage policies championed by FDR nearly a century ago. The move could potentially kickstart the now stagnant real estate market. Homes are currently seeing the lowest turnover rate in 30 years, and the median age of first-time home buyers just hit an all-time high of 40 years old.
It's really difficult to see right now for younger borrowers how they are going to be able to afford a home.
A longer fixed-rate mortgage would lower monthly payments, but would also create a higher total cost because of all that interest over 5 decades. Take a $400,000 loan at 6% interest. Under a 30-year mortgage, the monthly payment would be just shy of $2,400. Under a 50-year loan, it drops to just over $2,100, a savings of nearly $300 a month. But over time, that savings is erased by a much larger interest bill, because while the total interest on a 30-year loan would be about $463,000, the interest on a 50-year loan would total more than $860,000. Many, including longtime allies of President Trump, are not on board with the idea. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, quote, "It will ultimately reward the banks, mortgage lenders, and home builders, while people pay far more in interest over time and die before they ever pay off their home, in debt forever, in debt for life." And some experts warn the proposal would drive up prices.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Let your spirit whisper to their hearts that they are precious in your sight and chosen and created with purpose.
Churches across the nation celebrated Stand Sunday yesterday, bringing awareness to those facing abuse, abandonment, and neglect. Here in Beaumont, Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church hosted its recognition service Sunday morning. It was held in partnership with local child advocacy agencies and child protective services. The church and CPS have been coming together to put on the event for the past 23 years. Church members prayed and sang for those impacted in the Southeast Texas community. Also here at home, the Orange Fire Department is kicking off its 10th annual Fill the Fire Truck campaign ahead of the holidays. Starting today through December 8th, you can drop off new unwrapped toys at any of the city's 3 fire stations. All donations will help brighten the holidays for local families in need. Coming up, a woman searched for a life-saving kidney donor as thousands face the same life or death wait. Plus, malls across America are seeing a major comeback, and the generation responsible may surprise you. It's now 7-11.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Good Monday morning. If you're getting ready to head out the door, at least a jacket, maybe a coat, as we're seeing temperatures right now in the middle 30s. 34 in Jasper, 35 in Kirbyville. Also 35 in Beaumont. Orange is at 36. Woodville's at 37. Silsbee's at 38, and then we're showing 41 degrees in Port Arthur. In the winds right now, it feels more like 35 in Port Arthur. It feels like about 30 in Beaumont and Jasper. Feels like about 36 there in Orange. At least we have lots of sunshine today. Look at here. We'll go over towards Lake Charles on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, and we got nothing but sunny skies out there as we see sun come up over the horizon on this Monday. But it is just cold. High pressure is building in behind that cold front that went through early in the weekend, and now we're seeing some cool temperatures out there for today. And tonight's going to get even colder with light winds tonight. We'll see temperatures down around the freezing mark up in the lakes, and we'll be about middle 30s here in the Triangle. A little bit of frost here and there possibly by tomorrow morning, and up in the Triangle, up in the lakes there, we could see maybe a light freeze. So make sure you protect the plants. You don't have to worry about the pipes, but also worry about maybe the pets. If you have some pets that are outdoors, make sure they have maybe a place to stay with some straw or something like that, and make sure they have plenty of water as well. Our futurecast showing temperatures climbing up out of the 40s into the lower 50s by lunchtime, and we'll be in the upper 50s for later on this afternoon, at least here in the Triangle. Some say 56, 57 degree readings up towards the lakes area for today, and then we'll fall back into those 40s for this evening. It's going to be a chilly evening. It turns cold overnight. We'll see those temperatures, like I mentioned, into the lower 30s up towards the lakes and middle 30s here around the Triangle. So today, lots of sun, but still cool in the 50s with north winds at about 5 to 15. And for tonight, clear and cold with everyone in the 30s with light and variable winds. As we check our 7-day forecast, warmer tomorrow after that cold start. We'll see a high of 68. Then we jump to 78 on Wednesday. You notice temperatures not even close to freezing on Wednesday morning. We'll be in the middle 50s. And then right around 80 degrees as we head towards Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with lows in the 60s for a couple of mornings. So a big change from this morning back into Friday and Saturday morning. Now we have a cold front coming through. That could bring a few showers late on Saturday, more likely. It looks like, at least the computer models right now, showing some heavy rain up on Sunday. First half of the day could hopefully pick up an inch or so of some rain. We need rain across southeast Texas as we're about 10.5 inches behind. And there's a high fire danger today. Matter of fact, a red flag warning basically saying really shouldn't do any burning out there today, even though there's no official burn bans or anything like that. But with the dry conditions and the winds up, try to stay away from creating any fires for today.
The rain loves to make its appearance on weekends.
Yeah.
It should have done it today. Like when it's already cold, we inside. That's when you need the rain.
Well, luckily, hopefully anyway, right now it looks like most of the rain's going to come very early on Sunday.
Okay.
So, and I think most of Saturday will be dry. So
you got any control on that?
No, of course not. I'm just in production, not in
production.
I mean in PR, not production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're the messenger.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Last month's former NFL star Nick Mangold took to social media urging the public for help finding a kidney donor. He died October 25th from complications at just 41 years old, as thousands face the same life or death wait. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has more on one woman's search to get the transplant she so desperately needs.
Stacy takes it one day at a time.
Waiting takes a toll on you.
4 years ago, while working long hours as a chef, Stacy started feeling sick.
My legs were cramping. I couldn't eat. I lost a lot of weight.
A visit to the ER revealed her kidneys were failing. She was started on dialysis.
They put 2 needles, one here, one here.
Now she takes a handful of pills every day.
I take blood pressure medicine, cholesterol, blood thinners.
According to the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network, more than 90,000 Americans need a kidney, but only about 23,000 received one this past year. Stacy can only receive a kidney from a donor with blood type O. She's on 3 different transplant lists, but she doesn't know how close she is to the top. Helen, her 89-year-old mom.
We don't know, where she's at.
Stacy and her mom depend on each other.
I have macular degeneration now, and I really need her.
Dialysis leaves Stacy exhausted, and she can't work.
She just stays on the couch. She says, "Mom, I'm very, very tired." I said, "Okay, just stay there. It's okay."
Helen just wants her daughter to have a normal life.
I said to the doctor, "Look, she's got to get a kidney. I'm 89. I said, "How long can I last?" I want her to get it, and after that, I don't care what happens to me.
Oh, I love you so much.
A new kidney would be life-changing.
I want to be able to travel more,
Get a job.
Get a job.
Go back to your cooking.
Go back to my cooking, yep.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News.
All right, time for some trending news. If you have arachnophobia, you may want to look away for this one. That's because scientists found something deep in a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, and they're calling it a spider super city. Yuck. It's a massive web stretching more than 100 square meters, and it's reportedly home to roughly 110,000 spiders. Even crazier, these spiders are usually considered lone spiders, but they're now teaming up in these colonies. Researchers call it extraordinary. I call it nasty. And the researchers say it's the first time anyone has seen spiders live like this underground. Wow. Today is a special occasion for one of the most beloved TV shows for generations of children and their parents. Sesame Street turns 56 today, and that's not all.
I'm so happy you're here on Sesame Street.
Even Elmo's voice will put a smile to your face. A new season of Sesame Street premieres today, and for the first time, it's on Netflix. The new season is said to have a longer, narrative-driven format. The first episodes include guest appearances from NASCAR champion Bubba Wallace and music superstar Miley Cyrus. I love it. And finally, it may come as a surprise, but malls are making a big comeback. And believe it or not, it's all thanks to Gen Z. NBC's Chloe Mellis explains.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
It's a scene right out of a classic teen movie. Young people hanging out at the mall.
Coming here is like, it's an activity.
After years of decline, retail is now experiencing a renaissance driven by Gen Z. Recent surveys finding that they visit malls more than any other generation, opting to spend more in-store than online.
So what did you guys buy?
I got two things. It's never about buying stuff. Yeah. It's just about the experience.
From dining spots by popular influencers like Mr. Beast to indoor activities at Dick's House of Sport, even activates life-size video games. Malls are tapping into Gen Z's interests, nearly doubling the number of experiential offerings in the past decade. Now major media companies are joining the transformation.
Netflix House is our in real life experience for fans to immerse themselves into Netflix stories.
We got an exclusive look inside the more than 100,000 square foot space where the streamer's most famous titles from Wednesday to Bridgerton are making the leap from online to IRL.
It's a race.
Oh yes, I'm not very good.
The first location set to open this week outside Philadelphia and one of the nation's biggest malls, a decision Netflix's chief marketing officer Marion Lee says is strategic.
Why malls?
Well, it is a traditional gathering place for people. There's a lot of nostalgia for kids, teenagers to hang out at the mall. And so we felt like it was a natural place for us to have our fans who are already walking around the malls to be able to stop in.
Retail experts say that malls are evolving quickly to meet demand.
Gen Z has reinvigorated the mall. There is a desire in this generation to lean into the physical world because they've been such a big part of the digital world for such a long period of time.
Bringing back malls and bringing people together.
People are always trying to make up for what we lost during the pandemic, and I think a great way to do that is coming to the mall and hang out with each other.
Chloe Mellis, NBC News.
And the time now, 7:23. Meteorologist Jeff Gerber will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Quick look at your bus stop forecast. Bundle up out there if you have to wait outside. Temperatures in the 30s this morning. You need a hat and some gloves. Chilly at recess around 50 and then still cool as you make your way home with plenty of sun. We'll be in the upper 50s. Coastal marine forecast, north winds at 15 to 25 knots. There is a small craft advisory with seas anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. Only one high tide. That's late tonight at 9:24. Our sun sets tonight at about 5:22. Rough on the inland lakes and bays. Water temperature in the Gulf in the lower 70s.
Coming up on 12 News Plus this morning, significant update on the government shutdown. What we know about the possible end to this stalemate in Washington as the impacts ripple throughout the country. Plus, a big announcement from Governor Abbott, who officially launched his re-election campaign in Houston last night. The new plan he's already working on. And the Marine celebrating the service dog that saved his life, allowing him to see yet another Veterans Day coming up tomorrow. The time now, 7:26, beautiful view of the skies in Lake Charles. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark is off this week. The time now, 7:30, and it has gotten cold. So let's check in with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. First, we're taking a live look outside. Woo! Just moment of silence. It looks so pretty outside. It's cold, but it's still enjoyable. Like, you can still enjoy how nice it is outside with the chilly cold weather, huh?
Yeah, you just have a jacket on, you'll be okay. But right now, temperatures are right now into the 30s, middle 30s at that. 34 in Kirbyville, Woodville, and Jasper at 36, 35 in Beaumont, 38 in Silsbee and Orange, about 41 in Port Arthur. So it is cold out there this morning, but it looks great. Here's the view in Lake Charles. Not a cloud to be found out there as we have clear skies, expecting to see clear skies throughout the day. That front that went through late Saturday into early Sunday brought us these cold temperatures. Up in Jasper, also seeing clear skies. This camera brought to you by Provalis. Our day planner takes us from the middle 40s at 9 a.m. to the lower 50s at noon, and then we'll be in the upper 50s through the afternoon. Lots of sun, north winds anywhere from 5 to 15. So it's going to be cool all day long. You want to keep that jacket handy. Tonight turns very cold. We'll be back down into the lower 30s up in the lakes. We'll talk more about that coming up in weather. Also, we'll look at a chance of rain over the weekend.
Now it's time for your morning rush with some of the top stories from over the weekend. First up, 26-year-old Elazar Stansbury is still in jail after being charged with murder in a shooting Friday night at a Beaumont apartment complex on Broadway. Officers found 33-year-old Clarence Rosamore shot. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. Stansbury was arrested at the complex, then booked into the Jefferson County Jail. A $1.5 million bond has been set, though he has to stay in Jefferson County as a condition. A man died after falling into the water Saturday at the Umphrey Pavilion on Lake Sam Rayburn. Jasper County Sheriff's deputies say they arrived to find a Good Samaritan performing CPR. They say the man had been fishing with his wife when he began coughing. He passed out and fell off the dock. His wife jumped in to try to save him, and a nearby boater helped pull him to shore. We'll let you know when his identity is released. A hunter is recovering in the hospital after being rescued in Jasper County Saturday. According to Sheriff Chuck Havard, he fell from a deer stand on County Road 304. The Tri-Community Volunteer Fire Department says the man may have broken his leg, and it took about 2 hours to get him out of the woods. Then a medical helicopter waiting on him experienced a mechanical malfunction, and a second one had to be called in. It's 7:33 right now. Airlines canceled more than 2,800 flights and delayed more than 10,000 on Sunday. Major airlines were dealing with a third day of government-mandated flight cuts along with rising air traffic controller absences. The government shutdown, which has reached a record 40 days, has led to shortages of air traffic controllers who, like other federal employees, have not been paid for weeks. Millions of people usually travel in the run-up to Thanksgiving, one of the most important U.S. holidays, which this year falls on November 27th. A huge update in the government showdown stalemate this morning. The Senate taking a vote last night, paving the way for the government to reopen as soon as later this week. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with the details. Hey, Derek.
Hey Tia, the 60-40 vote is the first step toward ending the shutdown. Enough Democrats agreed to support a package that would fund several agencies and programs for the full fiscal year through January 30th. The breakthrough came 40 days into the shutdown as the consequences were quickly becoming more dire, from confusion over the disbursement of SNAP benefits to the cancellation of thousands of flights at major airports. The vote will pave the way for a legislative package that would fund the Department of Agriculture, the FDA, the Department of Veteran Affairs, and more. Democratic and Republican leaders both saying the decision was crucial in helping keep the fight of health insurance costs low.
There's been a lot of talk over the last several weeks on both sides of the aisle about the healthcare crisis in this country. And I'm thankful to be able to say that we have senators, both Democrat and Republican, who are eager to get to work to address that crisis in a bipartisan way.
A final vote is expected in the Senate sometime this week. If it passes, it must then be approved by the House before it can head to President Trump's desk. The move would reverse the mass firings of federal workers and fund the government through the end of January. Senator John Thune also promised Senate Democrats that a vote will take place next month to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. Those are due to expire at the end of this year. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
This week, the state of Texas is marking a tragic milestone. Someone has lost their life on Texas roads every day for the past 25 years. Reporter Daniel Peralt with our sister station in Austin has more on how the Texas Department of Transportation and families are pushing to end that tragic streak.
When you lose a piece of yourself, it's gone forever.
Every single day for the past quarter century, families have lost mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters in crashes on Texas roads.
These are not random events. These are the results of making the wrong choices on our Texas highways.
It's not one person that was hit and killed. It's hundreds, thousands that are hurt.
In the last 25 years, TxDOT says more than 91,000 lives have been lost in crashes statewide. Among them is Alexei Bauerice, who was killed in the summer of 2016. His parents say that pain never goes away.
Our business suffered, health suffered. As it were, you couldn't get through a day without breaking down in tears.
Alexei was hit and killed while walking just a block and a half from home in Austin. Now his parents shared their story in hopes other parents won't have to feel similar pain.
Paying attention to what's in front of you right now and slow down.
Jamie White's 2-year-old daughter, Allie, was hit and killed in Round Rock in 2019.
It's always completely preventable, and we're losing way too many lives to this. That simple little device is not worth it.
The top causes of deadly crashes are drunk driving and speeding. TxDOT's End the Street campaign urges Texans to make safer choices behind the wheel. Beyond awareness, TxDOT is also investing in safety infrastructure.
By combining education, engineering, enforcement, and innovation, we can help every Texan make it home safely.
Compared to 3 years ago, daily traffic fatalities have declined, but TxDOT says they won't rest until that number drops to 0.
And if we get to just one deathless day, that opens the door for getting another and another and another.
Governor Greg Abbott is officially launching his re-election campaign. The announcement happened in Houston. Abbott has served as governor since 2015, and if his re-election bid is successful, he'll become the longest serving governor in Texas history. Abbott already laying out a new property tax plan that he says would curb rising appraisals and give homeowners more control.
It's time that we drive a stake through the heart of the ability of local property tax hikes in the future.
Governor Abbott also talked about his achievements in state education, public safety, and more. The governor says he plans to celebrate the founding of one of the state's military branches today. He says he'll join Marine Corps leadership and other state leaders at noon to deliver remarks at the state Capitol Rotunda and participate in a cake cutting ceremony. Today marks 250 years since the launch of the United States Marine Corps. Then tomorrow morning at 11, Governor Abbott says he'll be at the governor's mansion swearing in a new class of lawyers who recently passed the bar exam. One day away from Veterans Day, we are celebrating the U.S. Marine Corps' 250th birthday. And this morning, one very special Marine is here to see this birthday thanks to a very special companion. Here's ABC's Danny New.
When Marine and U.S. Army veteran Hank Ford enters a room, his service dog, Tommy, can usually help him relax from old habits.
It used to be I'd walk into a place and I'm looking for exits. I'm watching everybody. I'm just not trusting anything that's going on. And with him, all that seems to have gone away.
However, the Colorado native might only be alive today because of something Tommy did earlier this year when Hank was not even awake.
That morning, I guess I wasn't getting up, and he just went into a panic.
Hank received Tommy 2 years ago from a nonprofit called Dogs, Inc., and usually, as he was trained to do, Tommy wakes him up every day around 7 a.m. But this one morning in February, the now 3-year-old yellow lab woke Hank up way earlier and almost seemed to be trying to tell him exactly why.
He was hitting me in the chest. He wasn't coming up to my face. He was literally hitting me in the chest.
That's so wild.
Feeling kind of off, Hank then drove himself to the hospital only to find out he was in what's called AFib with an irregular rapid heartbeat. As the doctor put it, if Tommy did not start barking and pulling on him,
you probably wouldn't have woken up or you would have had a massive stroke.
Staying overnight, Hank would eventually undergo shock treatment in the morning. But before that, guess who would not leave his side?
He just laid there with his nose looking right at me and just stared at me for hours.
9 months later, after also undergoing a cardiac ablation and going on medication, Hank says he is feeling way better now.
All right, Tommy.
These days, Tommy rides shotgun while Hank works his part-time job as a golf course marshal.
It's my golf ball, Tommy.
And will use that very impressive nose to help Dad find golf balls or whatever else he may need.
How much has Tommy changed your life?
Night and day. Night and day. Everybody that knows me, they're just like, they can't believe the difference in me.
In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Still ahead on Daybreak, East Austin residents gathered over the weekend. The revised plan closing 10 schools instead of 13 eased community concerns. And up next, an Oregon teen moved hearts with his viral speech on ice. What he's saying now about the unforgettable moment.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Clear skies across Southeast Texas for this morning. Here's the view in Jasper. This camera brought to you by Provalis as we look at the Jasper County Courthouse early on this Monday morning. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network showing those blue skies out there. Along with blue skies, we're seeing cold temperatures. Look at that, 39 now in Jasper, 36 in Woodville. Kirbyville's at 34, 38 in Silsbee, 37 in Beaumont, 39 in Orange, and then showing 41 degrees in Port Arthur. Add in the winds, which are coming down a little bit, but still out of the north at a decent clip. We're looking at wind chills down there into the 30s as well. Satellite and radar looking pretty good for today. We'll see clear skies, high pressure overhead. No rain in the forecast for today, of course, with the clear skies. Tomorrow also looks pretty sunny. And then we'll start to see a few clouds and warmer temperatures as we head towards the weekend. Matter of fact, our next chance of rain comes up this weekend. We'll show you that in a 7-day. But Futurecast today showing just clear skies out there. We'll be in the lower 50s at lunchtime, and then we go up from there to the upper 50s for today. We'll get close to 60. Then we'll back off into the 40s for this evening, and might even see some 30s by the time we get into the late evening hours, and then definitely the overnight period. We're expecting to see lower 30s to maybe some middle 30s here around the triangle. But lots of sunshine today. North winds at about 5 to 15. Temperatures anywhere from the middle to upper 50s. For tonight, we'll see middle 30s around the triangle, lower 30s up in the lakes. Could see a little bit of a light freeze there, a little bit of frost throughout the area. Make sure you cover up plants for tonight. Don't have to worry about any pipes. Also, make sure the pets have a nice warm place to be overnight. It's going to be one of those cold ones where they'll need to be taken care of. Our 7-day forecast showing a nice warm up on Tuesday at 68. Then we jump to 78 on Wednesday. Kind of level out between 78 and 80 all the way through Saturday. Then our next cold front comes through. That's going to be late Saturday night. So we'll put in a few showers maybe Saturday evening, but I think it's going to be maybe even later than that. We start to see some rain. And then it looks like the first half of Sunday looks pretty wet, maybe an inch of rain or so on Sunday, as we see a good 60% coverage of rain, maybe a few thunderstorms as well. Hopefully we can get some rain because it's been very dry across southeast Texas. We're over 10 inches behind. Speaking of dry and a little windy, today we do have a high fire danger. So that basically means red flag warning. We basically don't do any burning outside today. It's not a good idea. Wait until maybe later on in the week, or wait till maybe after we get some rain early in the weekend.
Have you turned your heater on already?
Not yet.
Me either.
No, my thermostat hasn't dropped really below 70, but that could be happening this morning. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, we'll have to see. Hopefully Bear Kitty's okay.
He's got plenty of warm places in that apartment for sure.
Bear Kitty's good. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. A Hillsboro, Oregon teen is now talking about his emotional remarks at a city council meeting on ICE that went viral last week. John Adams sat down with 14-year-old Manny Chavez to talk about that unplanned moment.
We are getting treated like animals because people judge us by the color of our skin and the way that we talk.
That's 14-year-old Manny Chavez addressing Hillsboro City Council on Tuesday. Members of the community spent hours that evening sharing testimony about the impact ICE is having in the area.
I'm tired of telling my mom and dad every day after school that, have you seen the new video of ICE pulling someone over because of the color of their skin? I'm tired of everything.
Manny tells us he didn't even plan to speak that night, but was moved by others that spoke before him.
The very next day I saw had over like 100,000 views, and then it just kept going on and on from there.
Manny's testimony has now been viewed millions of times online. Stories like his have inspired city leaders to make changes.
My proposal is focused more on a long-term solution and not a short-term band-aid.
Hillsboro City Councilor Christian Salgado introduced a plan on Tuesday night to create a civil and human rights office within the city.
I believe that if we show to the world that we're willing to invest in civil and human rights at the city of Hillsboro, that's going to influence the way that ICE operates in our city.
And every Latin or Hispanic person, no matter if they have citizenship, they've been getting harassed for no reason.
Since his viral city council moment, Manny started a GoFundMe page to raise money for people in the community impacted by ICE. Donors have given nearly $13,000 in just 2 days.
Being known as someone that spoke up for the community is pretty cool.
Community members gathered in East Austin over the weekend to learn more about the proposal that now has 10 schools slated for closure instead of 13. It was the first Q&A session since the district revised the plan on Halloween. Austin ISD's Board of Trustees is expected to vote on the updated consolidation and boundary change plan on November 20th. District officials say they're trying to take every opinion into consideration, but time is running out.
I just don't think that they should try to fix something that's not broken.
While we can't always accommodate the requests, we are very intentionally exploring all of the ideas that come forward to us.
The district is scheduled to release the final draft of the consolidation and boundary change plan this Friday before the final vote. Well, it takes confidence and a positive attitude to pump up fans, and everyone plays their role. That includes the team mascot. Larissa Liskey shows us how the mascot at One Texas High School is using his school spirit to help overcome hidden obstacles.
He is just like the best teammate and mascot. He's so sweet. He's always making sure we're hype, and the crowd loves him. The crowd's always hype when they see him on the sidelines or at practices.
We're the King Cheerleaders, and you're watching
Friday Night Fever!
That's Sally the Mustang, but the King Cheer Squad knows him as freshman Anthony Lopez. Becoming the mascot was an opportunity his family inquired about at orientation.
She allowed Anthony to be part of a great team. We're so proud of him because he's come a long way.
Anthony defies the odds every single day. He was born with autism and ADHD.
It's really important for me as a special education teacher to show that anybody can come and be part of a team.
Becoming the mascot was a dream Anthony had since he was a little boy.
I would take pictures all the time when the mascots would come in because he wanted to take pictures with them. And here we are doing the same thing.
It takes an entire team effort showing up to practices, the pep rally, and games, plus helping Anthony learn where he needs to be for each cheer.
High five, baby. And it's a teamwork, you know, father, son, working together and creating that safe spot, not only for himself, but for the rest of the team as well.
One challenge for Anthony is dealing with sensitivity to loud noises on game day, so he wears headphones to help control the environment and keep him calm.
You know, it's always like a chance to like never stop trying to do what you want to do, and I feel inspired by Anthony's story.
Anthony does not limit his positivity to the sideline. He plays baseball, bowling, and is a member of the school choir.
Next time, won't you sing with me?
Yay! He loves the music, he loves the game, he loves being part of something, and a lot of children with special needs are looking for something like this.
I love it. When Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It is 7:54 and it's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. 26-year-old Eleazar Stansbury is still in jail this morning. He's been charged with murder after a shooting Friday night at an apartment complex on Broadway in Beaumont. The victim, 33-year-old Clarence Rosenmore, died at the hospital. Stansbury's bond has been set at $1.5 million, though he has to stay in Jefferson County as a condition. A vacant home in Nederland was destroyed by a fire early Sunday morning. It happened just after 2 a.m. in the 1500 block of South 37th Street. According to the Nederland Fire Department, no injuries were reported, but the home will have to be torn down. Officials are still investigating what caused the fire. The Orange Fire Department is kicking off its 10th annual Fill the Fire Truck campaign ahead of the holidays. Starting today through December 8th, you can drop off new unwrapped toys at any of the city's 3 fire stations. All donations will help brighten the holidays for Southeast Texas families in need.
Bundle up as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures are in the upper 30s right now. It's cold. Temperatures only get up into the upper 50s for later on this afternoon. So whatever jacket you need this morning, you'll probably need it through the rest of the day. Warmer as we head towards the end of the week, and then we see our next chance of rain come in late Saturday night into Sunday. Hopefully we'll get a decent dose of some rain early on Sunday, as we'll see a good 60% coverage of some rain and thunderstorms.
Here's a reason to smile this morning. The kids in Jasper gave me a reason to smile Saturday, and I'm still smiling about it. As you can see, there was a great turnout for Tia's Tales. We read the book, How to Catch a Dinosaur, and also hunted for dinosaur eggs at Kiwanis Park. I want to send a huge thank you to the staff at Jasper Public Library for allowing me to host Tia's Tales and helping to bring everything to life. And last but not least, a big thank you to everyone that came out to participate. We had a great time, and I'm so thankful the community, continues to support this reading initiative.
Yeah, it looks like it's nice to be outside.
Yeah, that was a different take on it. Yeah. We were a little nervous about weather, but it all worked out.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't today.
I know, right? Would have had to do a little something else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching Daybreak on 12 News Plus. Jeff and I will be back here at midday, so make sure you tune in at 11 a.m.
Have a great day, everybody.